Welcome. So, I have been getting a few questions on Goldbach, of course, but what I came to believe is that most of the questions I get regarding Goldbach actually come from a lack of understanding of the market. That's the main problem I see that traders are having with Goldbach. Because you can't just trade Goldbach itself. I won't lie to you, it is a bit of an advanced concept. You do have to study it. But of course, if you haven't studied price action in the market itself, then jumping straight into Goldbach is going to be confusing. So this video will be on price action, and I'm going to show you my shakeout model, and hopefully this helps with your understanding of the market. So I have this beautiful quote from Nikola Tesla, which says, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Now, as a trader, I try to bridge the gap with this, basically the secret of the universe, with the market, by interpreting this energy, frequency, and vibration as emotions, as I do have a firm belief that the market replicates how human emotions work. Okay, let me expand on that a little bit. And of course, if you have seen my free mini course, you would already know what I'm talking about. So, vibrational frequency of emotions. You already know. Each emotion has its own vibrational frequency. Of course, grief has a long, I would say, line, as compassion is a lot tighter, right? The ranges inside of it, you can see up and down and up and down. So, knowing that emotions are replicated by the market, or at least in my opinion, we can understand how human trauma is replicated in the market. So here in front of you, I have the phases of collective trauma response. So this comes from the ICTG. This is nothing to do with trading at all. But you see this illustration here? Doesn't that look exactly like a buy day in the market? Accumulation is the manipulation, and then distribution up. So keep in mind this illustration here. So I drew it out right here. Got sudden impact, which is basically the accumulation. Heroic phase, basically manipulation. And disillusionment phase, basically as a distribution in this scenario. Of course, down here too, this could be accumulation here. Down here is the manipulation. And then the reverse is the distribution in a bullish scenario. So, to me, it's pretty evident that the market replicates this. As you can see here, we're on the monthly chart. And this is basically the yearly open. January open. I'm showing how even the months show the little illustration. Even here, we're looking at basically in 1 month, this is the daily chart. So this is the monthly open, September open. You can see here too, the same line, the same pattern. So looking at the weekly, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. So you got a weekly open here, a weekly open here. You can see how both weeks have a variation of the pattern, an up and down movement, right? And of course it's a starting point. And of course, you know, the market is fractal. So even on the day, here's the daily open. You can see the same thing. See this line right here? See that price action? Same thing, right? As, where was it at? As this. So let's go back. Oops, I went a little too far. But we'll go through right now. So I was gonna go into now the shakeout model. So basically got the name from thinking of how a dog shakes the water off his body. So think of it like this. The dog is the market. All this water right here is buyers and sellers. See how the market is shaking off the buyers and sellers? And then what does a dog do after he shakes off all the water? What does he normally do? We have a dog, you already know, he starts running. That's what they do. They like to run. That's how they dry themselves. Sorry, first starting there, they like to dry themselves off. So after the shakeout, you get a nice run in the market. Before I get any accusations of I took this model from someone else or something, as I have before, just want to show this little screenshot from my original PDF. This is actually before I had my logo, and this was in 2023. So I've been teaching this shakeout model to my students for years now. Until now, I'm going to show it in public for free. So you already know this illustration comes from the trauma response, and here's the shakeout. It's basically the same thing. I already gave you the blueprint. Starting point will be accumulation. The shakeout will always be manipulation. And then after the shakeout will be distribution. So here's a very common shakeout. This is mostly a continuation shakeout. So in a shakeout, well, in a bullish shakeout, what we want to see is a PDA rate under the accumulation. Now here's a special part. We want to see the buyers and the sellers be shaken out by the manipulation to then reverse from the PD array we're using in our context. So of course, there's a bullish shakeout and there's a bearish shakeout. For the bullish shakeout, you must see the high be taken first and then the low be taken second. The first movement will be taking out early sellers. So sell stops are mitigated. Then after this, there's going to be breakout traders, right? Buying, right? It stops them out too. So we got 1 and 2. Of course, in the bearish example, it's just vice versa. You want to see the low be taken first and then the high be taken second to then reverse. So here is a reversal shakeout with the continuation shakeout to the side. Of course, you want to pair the shakeout with the PD array. So this white box represents the PD array. Here's the accumulation. You want to see that, well, in this context, I want to say first is bullish context. So you want to see the high be taken first, right? Then the low be taken. Here you can expect your IFEGs or breaker block or however you want to trade. This is just a structural model I am showing you. And after the reversal, you want to look for your continuation shakeouts, as I showed earlier. But basically the same thing, right? As you already know, the market is fractal. So let's look at a real price example. Here I am on USD ZAR on the daily time frame, and here you have a beautiful bullish FEG in the OTE zone, right? You can see it with just your eyes if you're experienced. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, after this initial drop into the POI, is where you can look for a shakeout and structure. So in case it's not obviously clear to you, I have an illustration here showing why I picked this high and this low. As you can see, this high is the highest high before this high. So all of this is confirming, this accumulation right here is confirming that this is a range. You have a low and the high, right? So it can't be this one, it can't be this one. And this is the original swing, as you can see here. And then you can see the little inducement low right next to the POI. So of course, in this scenario, we had a bullish FEG, so we're expecting a bullish reversal shakeout. As you already know, the high must be taken first, as you can see here. And the low must be taken second, as you can see here. Which it does perfectly, right? So after the reversal, you can look for your continuation shakeouts. Of course, I have this little model illustrated right here, the PDA array under the accumulation, and then the appropriate shakeout sequence. You can see the high right here be taken, and then its low at this order block be taken. And you can see for the advanced traders that these order blocks are stacking, right? Even from here, this stacked order block. And you would also know about this if you read my mini course. I showed you that the second OB is very, very strong. You can see how strong it is here. But to show you real quick, here's also the shakeout, right? Got two beautiful bullish shakeouts right here. The same model. May have repeated it many times already, but gotta put it into your head that the market's fractal and patterns are real. These things do happen. This is basically the same thing, right? Here's the high being taken, the low taken second, right? First, second, into the PD array, and it continues. So of course you want to pair this with your Goldbach, and good luck with your trading. And this is everything I need to show you for the shakeout. So have a good day.